Snow, with DeAndre Sanders, and it sounds like he decided to put himself on child support.
But I wanted to be.
Yeah, but you wanted to be on child support.
Why? I'd rather rules be in place so everything could be smooth.
You smart.
I'm so present in my son's life, and I do everything for him. Like what he said, yeah, they would say the other thing.
Yeah, that's a true king R&B right there.
Well, yeah, I have seen nothing wrong with that. That's kind of, I mean, that is like a smart move to make sure you just handle that on that end so that she probably didn't take you to the cleaners. That makes a lot of sense.
Take it to the cleaners is crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, you might as well just put it in place, you know what I'm saying? Build that rapport with the judge because they weren't in the best place either. And sometimes extra stuff happens when you're not in a good place with the child's father or the child's mother. So
I got to.
Precisely. Now, is Uncle Lionel Richie the king of R&B? We're switching over.
No. Easy answer.
During the concert, he had some words for Chris Brown and Usher, and some people are confused if it was shade or not.
And Usher, Chris Brown. See, they trying to do something new. Commodores, Earth, Wind and Fire, we were doing that.
Commodores. Okay, Lionel. So, all right, fam.
Is that shade? Is that shady?
I guess. Looking for. This is my song right there, though. You don't know about no Lionel Richie?
You're king of R&B.
I am. Who? You said my king of? No, absolutely not. No. This is a pop song, by the way. Yeah.
Sure. Well, shout out to Ump.
Yeah, that was probably a little shady. I guess that was shade towards Chris Brown. Usher ain't went to jail, so
that's what I was gonna say.
Is that like society? Is he talking about like people today going to jail or something? I don't know.
I don't have no idea. Older people, I let them live. He's like 77. Like I wouldn't even be mad at that. I would just be happy that Lionel Richie mentioned me. Like I wouldn't be mad at all. So moving forward, hopefully Chris Brown doesn't respond. We'll be back at 6:39. Oh boy, oh brother. Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Side 103 Jams. City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, KCK. You up hustling and shining?
6:37 is on your time. It is a high of 99 for the day. Currently sunny skies at 82. Extreme heat warning is in effect until Friday, 8 p.m. Yeah, until tomorrow.
KC's Grown and Sexy Night Out is back. Hot 103 Jams and Platform Promotions present the 21st annual White Linen Party. Is going down with Stokely, formerly of Mid-Condition, Lavelle, and Michelet, Sunday, September 6th at Municipal Auditorium. Tickets on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. For all the details you need, head on over to KPRS.com.
The only reason I moved to Casey because of my grandparent. This is their home. This is their home.
The city has not done a single repair in almost 3 weeks.
It's like we're just being left here to suffer.
It's torture. It's hot. It's scary, actually.
It's really just hot potato from one landlord to the next, nobody fixing issues.
And it was an emergency directive, and it still hasn't been completed. 2 weeks later, it's unacceptable. It is a sign of incompetence and a complete utter failure by the city manager.
The people taking care of this property are the tenants themselves, and at this point, they've been abandoned by everyone who has a responsibility to them.
Residents of the North Lawn Apartments in Kansas City, Missouri, they are struggling, D. They are still living without electricity, without air conditioning, dealing with sewer flooding nearly 3 weeks after the city passed an emergency ordinance to address these conditions. So the Kansas City Council, they voted 11-1 to pass an emergency ordinance allowing up to $500,000 from the city's housing trust fund for repairs at North Lawn Apartments. So the ordinance directed the city manager to inspect the properties within 2 days and issue any required emergency orders within 2 days after that. And that hasn't been done yet. And those were strong words by Councilman Jonathan Duncan saying that he's been incompetent. Talking about city manager Mario Vasquez. So, yeah. This is unacceptable, man. These people shouldn't be having to live like this continuously.
And I hate the whole situation because, I know we've had some of our cousins here, Casey tenants, and some other people that have been directly affected by things such as this and landlords that people consider slumlords. And it happens so many different times. And it's like, just thinking about this is not going to be the last time, and it's sick because then I'm assuming that then it falls on the city. The city has to buck up. And, of course, now people are like, what's going on? And what happens to the landlord that let it get to this point?
So I'm glad you went to that because they recently reached out and they don't even own the property anymore. They sold it. Yeah. So it's like now it's somebody else's problem. And it's a hot potato of problems and it never gets fixed. Yeah. So and that's why it's more importance on the city now to do something now and then maybe hold the landlords accountable instead of holding the residents accountable right now.
Shine traffic trending now.
R&B and throwbacks. Good morning, North KC. You up hustling and shining.
What a time. I love when Soulja Boy gets sampled. 6:52 on your time, high up 99. Currently it is 82, sunny skies at 7th Street Casino.
Mike Carter, what's up, man? You're wildin'. We love and appreciate you, dog.
The OG.
Missouri residents, make sure you're ready to vote. The voter registration deadline for the November 3rd election is October 7th. Check with your local election office for the latest information. Your voice, your vote, your power, your station. Hot 103 Jams.
It's part of the history of Kansas City. You know, black-owned newspapers were around for a long time. I did work on back in the 60s. So I still support them today as we speak.
I know that hurts and bothers a lot of people in the community, and I'm terribly sorry about that. I wanted to continue the print, and I wanted to hold on to it. Print media is really taking a hit as of late, and I think the longer we kind of don't acknowledge it, the more hit we're going to take. The paper's not closed. The paper's going to continue.
107-year-old B.O.B., black-owned business here in Kansas City. The Call newspaper. It is so near and dear to so many of us that grew up in the hood. I remember many times my grandma said, Brian, go get me one of them Call papers. My grandma had to have the Call paper every single week when it printed to check the obituary section. That's that's the big thing about the Call is of course keeping up on all things that's going on in the town. But the obituary section is where our elders would go and see who done passed on, who done went to glory. Oftentimes you can get them at the convenience store. My grandma would send me to Leon's Thriftway over there on the east side on 39th Street. So to see that it didn't print last week, it was because of one of the editors had some health issues or something like that. It isn't shutting down, but there are some challenges with print media, and this is something that I feel like as a Kansas Citian, especially somebody who appreciates the history of our city, we have to support the Call. They've been around since 1917, y'all.
That's amazing.
So the Call, man, y'all definitely got to support right here at Carter Media for sure.
Absolutely. Now let's send some more love around the town and some positive energy. Go ahead and text us, though. 816-900-4103. In order to send that love out of town, we need your help to do it. So text us right now the name of a friend, a family member, colleague, boss, student, teacher, journalist, whoever. Text us their name right now. And if you want to text your own name, ain't no shame in your game. Just hit us up. 816-900-4103.
Send a flyer to yourself.
Yeah. 816-900-4103. Yeah, you be doing that on your story anyways. You're sitting on the couch anyhow. You might as well do it. The 7-Eleven roll call is up next, cousin. And we got those special shout-outs coming from, the one and only Hustle and Shine in the Morning. Up next, Kansas City's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Side 103 Jams. Hot 103 Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Taking you back to the winter of 1998 with that one right there. Good morning, Grandview. You up hustling and shining.
Classic. 712 on your time. High up 99. Currently, cousin, it's very sunny and it's getting there to getting hot. It's 82 right now in KCK.
Love to all the cousins that's tapping the Hot 103 Jams app. And, of course, all the cousins that's tapping into the stream live on the Hot 103 Jams Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch pages. Thank you for checking Deona and I out live in the Brown and Kruger studios. Almost got me right there.
Yeah.
And, of course, shout out to all the cousins that's out riding around, getting in these Kansas City streets, whether you on I-70, 435, 291, 435, all the backyard bullies out there taking the back streets. Love and appreciate you for always tapping in the hustle and shine in the morning and making us a part of your daily morning routine, cousins. We don't take it for granted. We love and appreciate you because we know you literally could have been anywhere else in the world.
But you decided to be here with us today, and we appreciate you and your time, cousin. It's time for that 7-Eleven roll call, only on Hustle and Shine in the Morning. Shout out to our cousins that's hitting that text line right now. I see y'all coming through, still coming through. Shout out to Sanaya. Have another good day at middle school. Big shout out to our cousins that are, of course, returning back to school, especially on the KCK side. We got a lot of school districts that are back at it. First day of schools have been going down yesterday, today, and, of course, continuing this week. Shout out to Topeka Public Schools. KCKPS is back in session. Blue Valley, Olathe, Lawrence, Turner, and a couple more of our cousins. Shout out to UA students and teachers. Have a blessed first day. Parents, we did it. You survived another summer. Big love to Carbonard. Good morning back to you, cousin. Good morning from Charlotte Ford, saying good morning to everybody in the town. Hey, Cynthia Good, I see you coming through with some love. Anastasia Jackson, happy Thursday to everybody. Talicia Robertson, she said needs a trip, please. Oh, okay. You want to hook up.
Amen.
You go speak it into existence. So one of our cousins from the 913 said, tell my kids to have a great day at school. Gavin, Isabella, and Isaiah. Shout out to also Dana Washington, Latanya Bayless, Stephanie M. Good morning sent over from Rich Harris. We appreciate you, family. And then also Brandon Blake, who holds it down on the Twitter side, the Facebook side, and in a few more weeks, the MySpace side. So we appreciate you as usual, cousin. The morning gossip, we got that up next for you at 7:24. Travis Kelce speaks on Taylor Swift, but he has a new name he's been calling her, and I bet he couldn't wait to call her this one name. We'll be back around that 7:24, but right now, cousin, the $500 fill-up premium link is now open, but only for 10 minutes. So what you got to do is this. You got to text the keyword gas over to 816-900-4103, which is the attorney Roger White I got you text line.
He can turn your wreck into a check online, and I got you that day.
You'll receive the secret link and get qualified to win a $500 gas card. Then go to gprs.com for the contest rules. And, of course, that grand prize winner will be announced on tomorrow at 4:12 p.m., so make sure you listen in. It's all fueled by Fire Marshal Entertainment and, of course, Hot 103 Jams. Well, whoop-de-doo. 7:27 on your
Lord.
time. It's a high of 99, currently 82, sunny skies at the KU Med Center. Travis Kelce, he is talking about his wife, Taylor Swift, and how amazing his wedding was.
You know, I always told myself I'd go for a playoff game when the Knicks were rocking, and my wife went, so I didn't get my opportunity to go then. So it's kind of cool to be able to, live out my childhood dream of being in that venue and being able to get married in there.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden. You getting that in the middle of the summertime in New York? That's crazy.
He said the AC was stomping up in that thing, too. But, yeah, shout out to him. Other news, Megan Thee Stallion sat down with former First Lady Michelle Obama and revealed why she don't have Instagram or Twitter on her phone.
Every day I would think, dang, everybody hates me. Okay, what can I do to make it better? Like, what can I say? Like, and then it just started really clicking over time. Like, it don't matter what you do, but you want to know what I can't control? Not having it on my phone. I don't have to see it. Like, I don't have Twitter. I don't have Instagram on my phone. The two apps I have on my phone is Pinterest and TikTok.
Pinterest. Just looking at. Oh, I guess you looking at pictures and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, that's more of a female thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like aesthetically, those type of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the more you look at that stuff on social media, the history's been proven, studies been shown, it can really take a effect on your mental for sure.
And she went through a lot. I ain't gonna lie. People was hating her really bad. Like people online on Twitter were like hating that
it's
woman.
still there.
Oh, it's still there, absolutely. But yeah, I give her so much grace. Like the height of her career, her mom passed, all the things. So is what it is. I'm glad she's navigating, learning how to live with that. That's the morning gossip right here on Hustle and Shine in the morning. We'll be back at 7:39 with a very special guest. We have 3rd District Councilwoman Melissa John Robinson that'll be in the building right here on Hustle and Shine.
My bad, D.
In the morning. It's Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Side 103 Jams. Three Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, Eastside KC Mo. You up hustling and shining.
7:39 is on your time. It's a high of 99. Yes, cousins, I know 99, basically 100. Lord, extreme heat warning is in effect till 8 p.m. on tomorrow. But right now, it is sunny. It's 82 at Park Hill High.
KCATA, they're cutting more than 25% of its weekly bus routes and reducing frequencies starting on September 6th coming up. So this is driven by severe funding shortages and the expiration of temporary World Cup service expansions. And these reductions are bringing the system's active lines to their lowest level in decades. That affects all of our cousins in the city, but particularly those in the 3rd District on the east side. We have Melissa Robinson in the building up hustling and shining. She's going to explain all of this. And Melissa, thank you for taking the time to join us on Hustle and Shine and address this. What's going on? Why are these bus routes getting, and I asked Mayor Lucas about this on Monday, why could we have surplus of buses with the World Cup going on Lenexa, going everywhere, but now we have to deal with this shortfall of routes. What is going on?
So essentially, the voters have voted on 2 taxes to help to support the bus system, and more than $20 million of those taxes that we voted on go to the general fund and not the bus system. And so that's the bare bones tax of it. When you look at all online sales, those sales taxes, when you purchase something online, they go to the general fund instead of where they're supposed to go. And that's to our buses, to our parks, to our roads, and things of that nature. So that makes those budget line items short because we're redirecting those funds. Why are we redirecting those funds? Because the city has an overall budget shortfall. Why do we have a budget shortfall? Because we're not making commercial developers pay their fair share of taxes. That's the bare bones crux of it.
Melissa, somebody in their car is going, well, the police budget goes up 5-10% or whatever every year. How, do these things, do they
correlate
at each other? Do they correlate? Do they all fit in the same budget? How do we explain that but don't explain this?
Well, and the reality of it is we're mandated to give the police a certain part of our general fund. If we weren't redirecting funds from online sales tax to the general fund, then there would be less money regarding police. But this isn't about pitting one department over the other department. But I will say that there is a distinct difference when we talk about spending that's exploding for public safety. We do it. We just write the check. But then when we talk about spending that has also increased for public transportation, we blame the agency. Oh, the KCATA is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's, has a bloated budget, blah, blah, all of that. It's not, we just write the check. And I think that there is a underlying message is that who do we value and what do we value? Do we value people going to the doctor, making sure that they can get to work on time? How dare we cut frequency of service and also bus lines in front of places like the Samuel Rogers Health Center? So now you have people who are elderly, people who are sick, traveling further. And it's the new red line. We talk about red lines in the city and historically how we have strategically disinvested in certain neighborhoods. We're doing that still today. And that's because we are cutting off access to opportunity for people to be able to participate in the economy. How are you going to get a job if you can't get to that job? There are no jobs, a lot of jobs in the 3rd District to begin with. People are forced to travel because there's no economic development and there's no workforce centers in their community. So they have to force to travel to get on a bus for 2 and 3 hours to get to work. Carrying groceries. Now you're making them wait longer and also walk farther in order to have these basic necessities. So how dare we as a city invest in all of these things and we don't invest in the people? And I am extremely, I'm on a hustle and I'm trying to shine for my community.
I love that.
And we're going to fight until we can't fight no more. But we need the people. We need you to reach out to your council people and say to them, reach out to the mayor and say to them, this matters to me. This matters to my community. and make sure that your voice is heard. I'm gonna kind of on a last leg, and I'm glad to be here today because I will be asking
you for 2 more breaks.
Yeah, we got you. We got you for.
Okay.
We gonna continue this conversation with you. We will pick it back up at 7:53.
I gotta get her some water or something.
Oh, she going in. Look, I want to talk to you up next at 7:53 about the proposal of using $11 million of the city's reserve. We'll continue that conversation up next. Hustle and Shyne in the morning on Kansas City's number one for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Hot 103 Jams. Hot 103 Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, Casey. K up, hustling and shining.
Thought you was gonna hit that note one time. No, not today.
No, I'm waiting on Melissa to do it.
7:53 on your time. High up 98. Currently, it is 79. Sunny skies and Independence.
Melissa, I know you happy about this. You a future creator, communicator, broadcaster, influencer, or community leader? Generation Rap wants you. High school students in grades 9 through 12 can apply right now at kprs.com/grap. Generation Rap is coming back Saturday, October 3rd, only on Hot 103 Jams.
Trying to push up the date, ain't you?
Clearly, I want to have it right now. But 3rd District Councilwoman Melissa Robinson, and she's in the building up hustling and shining.
Now, you've proposed using $11 million from the city's reserve fund to maintain that KCATA service, the bus service that we've been talking about. Would that save every affected route through April 2027? And is it a temporary fix or the beginning of a permanent funding solution?
Absolutely. So when we passed the budget in April, the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority came to us and said that they were $11 million short. In order to maintain service throughout their service contract, which is an entire year, they needed $11 million. And so what we did was we went, we went back to the drawing board and we work with them to get that $11 million down to now it's $8.3 million. So we will be providing an amendment. The $8.3 million is surplus money from the end of the year financials. And so the city's budget year is over April 30th. And we, did our accounting and we have $8.3 million of surplus money that will not impact our budget at all to keep services the same for the entire contract year. Every year we have a contract with KCATA about routes. And for the past several years, even pre-COVID, they've said that we've needed to expand routes. In order for us to be a world-class city, we need world-class transportation. And there is a plan called Smart Moves that says we should be expanding routes, not reducing routes. And so the only way that can happen is to make sure that we put the money that we're collecting in taxes for the bus service, we make sure that it goes to the bus service. If we did that, we would not have a budget shortfall.
And what's the holdup on that?
The holdup is it creates a $100 million hole in the budget. And so folks are wondering, our city council is wondering, where do we bank up that money? And so I proposed a solution last year to start to study on how can we make sure that there's public trust when voters vote on a tax, that we put those monies where they need to go. That was voted down by the council. And so the first thing you need to do is to assess, to study, but also understand what we're doing, in my opinion, is immoral. And what we're doing, in my opinion, is not being really honest and true with the voters, and making sure that when someone goes to the ballot box and they cast their ballot, that becomes a contract with the city, with the government agency. If you're saying you want to tax yourself at this level for this specific purpose, and then we do something else with that money, that destroys public trust. And that's why people don't vote. That's why people don't trust the system, because they know that oftentimes it becomes rigged against them. And so I think it is extremely important for us to put the money where people have voted, to where they said that they wanted to go. And then that way those services will be adequately funded.
Okay. When we come back at about 8:09, I want to talk to people that's specifically in the 3rd District. 64130, 64129, 64124, and a number of other zip codes, because this affects them more. I want to say more than most, but this definitely affects your district. That's coming up at about 8:09. Hustle and Shine in the morning. Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
Hot 103 Jams.
Hot 103 Jams, Kansas City's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Good morning, KCK up, hustling and shining.
8:11 on your time, high up 98. Currently it is 80, sunny skies at UA.
So I know we're supposed to be talking about 816 day right now, but we're
loading.
We're gonna move that up to about 824. So we got a very important conversation. Speaking about celebrating Kansas City, we got Melissa Robinson, councilwoman from the 3rd District, on Up Hustling and Shine. We're talking about the KCATA bus routes being cut, and this affects your district a lot. 64130, 64127, 64124, 64110. I could go on and on with the different zip codes that encompasses the 3rd District. But there's a lot of elderly people. There's a lot of people with socioeconomic issues over there. What do you want to say to your constituents specifically that you're fighting for them at City Hall?
Absolutely. One, I want to say that we care about your transportation. We understand that transportation is connected to opportunity, economic opportunity. And without transportation, it cuts off opportunity. And so we are fighting in the walls of City Hall to make sure that you have access to opportunity. We need you to help us. Politics is it's a team sport. And if you could please reach out to your council people, come down to City Hall, and just be engaged. My email is melissa.robinson@kcmo.org, melissa.robinson@kcmo.org. The other thing is, as our community has always been strong and resilient, we also have to think about mutual aid. And it's unfortunate that we can't depend on our government to provide all the time our basic city services. But if this does not happen and we do not get the votes that we need, we have to come together as a community. And so I would encourage, especially social service agencies, to please reach out to me, because we want to make sure that people have what they need to succeed and to be successful. But at this moment, in this juncture, I will be calling for a vote today to make sure that our bus system is reliable, and that people don't have to guess and wait and have anxiety if they'll be able to get to work. And so the most important message is to please let your voice be heard, and contact your city council members, and let's work this out together. And I apologize on behalf of the city of Kansas City that we're in this situation, that we're in this juncture, because we collected enough taxes to make sure that you have more bus service, but we have decided not to invest in the bus system in the way that voters and taxpayers have intended. So we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep hustling, and we're going to keep really trying to shine for our community.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Melissa, being a voice, not only for, of course, the council, the city, as much as you can, but then also the 3rd District, and stopping by Hustle and Shine in the morning. We appreciate you.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
And throwbacks. Good morning, Raytown. You are up, hustling and shining.
8:26 on your time. High of 98. Currently it is 81. Sunny skies down 18th and Vine.
Celebrating Kansas City culture, D. 816 Day. It is on the way.
It's been 8 years in motion. 300 plus vendors. Over 6,000 attendees. We have the creator of 816 Day in the Hustle and Shine building. Been busy. How are you?
Man, I'm doing wonderful, man. Glad and blessed to be from a wonderful city known as Kansas City, representing all things 816.
Now, before we talk about all the festivities that start this week, actually, I think they start Thursday. Tell everybody out there what was the inspiration for you getting behind starting 816 Day and celebrating the town.
Man, I always tell the same story. It came from a Facebook post that Miss Sharayla Haynes made. She noticed other cities had a celebration for their area code, and she asked why